Oh, what we got today then? Free, 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 half the beast, man. It is actually just struck free, free, free Monday morning. And what's the date? We don't need to put that in here. It's the 3rd of September. Free, 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 free. Well, all right. Half the beast. Well, all right. Well, I'm still looking for a manager. I do want a female. I'm sorry, I'm a prejudiced bastard. No, I don't want a man. Not that. Stick 'em up your ass, mate, men. Fucking what? Yes, I want a female. You've got to be good with typewriter. Well, no, really, keyboard. Because basically, I'm supposed to be fairly personal. Every time I do a video, which is probably once or twice a day, you will do all the typing. Because I am crap when I use one finger. And it's in some way a blessing because it creates the impression I'm a thick as shit. Right? And people just ignore me, right? Which is good. And then I'm sneaking in. You go through the back door, and then suddenly, who the fuck's this Graham Clark? Oh, do you know that cunt? Oh, he's been around this, that, the other. Because I've been here since the beginning of time, me. Hanging around backstage, waiting for some cunt to say, well, you like to join us, mate? Yeah, right. And sit at the back and tingle your thing and skin up. Oh, boy. You can be mobile. Sacrament dispenser. Rah! I was trying to think, actually, what role could I fit in if I do actually get a chapter together? Because I've basically just been what the Angels would call a lone rider. Lone ranger and tonto occasionally. Yeah. And now I might have had a lady on the back, but not really the same. I mean, Stonehenge, I had a nice, beautiful, I think she's just getting off on all the fame, but anyway, well, we never had sex. Okay? She's there naked on the back of my bike going, yeah, he's mad. And then we're going, yeah, he fucking is. And because I've been on the TV, right, rare, when I did Ingleton. And I didn't know. I think I've had second thoughts going into that lot of bastards. But I had an angel on my back, and he obviously covered my back. You let any cunt know you touch that cunt, you got me to deal with. Oh, yeah, we'd made an instant bond. Any man that lets an angel use his bike for about half an hour, he's up and down doing all. He was what do you call him? Well, he probably was to a circus because he used to do all this striding, standing on one foot and all this shit, going up and down the place, fucking enjoying it anyway. And apparently he did get caution because they knew my bike. I mean, my bike stood out like a blinking light in the darkness. My bike, I've been told to, sober it down. Now, I had a chat the other day in my local shop, which is the only shop in Laird. Oh, no, it isn't. I tell you what, we've got, get it right, Graham, we've got a post office, which is like a grocery shop. We've got a chemist and we've got a butcher. Think it right. And that's it. But that's nice. I'm now living totally out of the local shop. I've been, something I never thought I'd like, these, but they're perfect for my lifestyle at the moment. I get the munchies at 3 a.m. I'm going to have a hot burger in 30 seconds. Well, all right. Somehow all the other things I used to pig were not good. Like, I'd have a big thing with cornflakes because of the sugar, get it? And nut coated, but that wasn't too healthy because all the sugar, they cut it back eventually, but then that's the thing that you got turned on to. Oh, I love milk and cornflakes, but not very healthy. Beef burgers, though, one of them, whoom, it's solid and it fills you up. And it takes 30 seconds, or maybe 2 minutes, but you know what I mean? And I get about 5 or 6 of them a day. They're there. Like now, it's 3:39, and I might get the munchies in a minute, because whenever I get high, you know, and my detox is going fantastic. You know, I can tell because it's like when I urinate now, it's really quick and instant. It's not like which is bad, you're sitting and you're wanting to go for an hour. So no, as soon as I need to go, I go, but then I do go, if that makes sense. Because it's like my bladder is getting reconnected back. How can I put this? When you get diabetes and your whole body is out of sync, you'll want to go, but it's just a little trickle because your bladder isn't that big. And that's a pain because you have to go up and down quite a lot. Okay. And good exercise. So when I was in hospital, I just sat up all night. It wasn't worth going to sleep because I had water retention pills, which were hastening. That's weird, actually, they're called that, but that's what they do. They hasten your body's ejection of water. And a lot of your excess weight is water. I lost 12 kilos here, and it's all water. And then if you go into colon cleansing, what is unusual? I don't know. It sounded Chinese, Japanese actually. I like chatting to you folk. Well, we're dark here. Oh dear, now this looks a bit suspect. He's naked. Pop yes and erect penis. I won't, rebuke him, but no, I mean, well, it must be a cultural thing. And maybe it goes back I don't know, but it's a new one on me, men masturbating with other men. Yeah, it's not sex. I mean, it's not two men having sex. It's like we can get a whole gang of them. And I've been invited to these gangs. That's how I know. You get a little thing up and it says, when you come in to join your group. Okay? What group? I haven't started any group. What are you on about? There are about 50 or 60 of them. And right? All words to that effect. And I seem to be I'm not. I see, you got to watch it, Graham, because what you wish for is what you get. So no, I'm not really interested in being part of a group masturbation, thank you. It's gone from I ain't gay, that was the milder version, to these could all be concepts of songs, actually. You never forget a thing. I won't want to be part of your wank ass club or all that. Not quite what it'll end up in being. Well, updates. Well, I'm going with this £500,000 offer and a car. And I've managed to negotiate till Tuesday. But then I've actually put in a seed. Could I please have an extension, please? And that was to the lady that's dealing with. So we're on very amicable, talkable terms, even though I did call her a bitch. But she realised that. She was pushing my buttons, whether she's deliberately intending to or not, yeah. Seeing it from my point of view, I'm put under a lot of pressure, aren't I? You've got to get 500 quid together, but you've got goddaughters and that are also putting demands on me. And I've got to weigh up, right? Well, surely if they've really given you this money, it's me thinking, Graham, they're going to mind if you take a few extra days. Or if they are, they haven't put it in the line. See, she hasn't said, well, that's the challenge now. I've asked, could she have a word with her CEO, which is Mark thing. I'm going to probably need more time because I am. Let me explain my thing with money. I've now got about probably 300 quid, probably. Well, my goddaughter's already asked me, and this is for her child, for hospital treatment, right? Well, it's not really treatment. I mean, actually, that's well, we'll see. I said, no, you must cancel this, Matty. because inspecting isn't going to heal. Any Joe Blogs ear specialist in any clinic, you can see it's a physical thing. The child's ears are neatly formed and it might need surgery. I said to her, yeah, but we can find that out. We don't need to go to a specialist who's charging God knows what, because this is just a day. That's Matty. You can't blame me for wanting the best for a child. But if the money is consecrated money, which it is, all my money is for the formation of Black Unicorn, ultimately. That's what I've been entrusted with. Get it? But of course, I have all these other, that's part of the vision of Black Unicorn. When Black Unicorn takes form, every member will be assessed on their needs. And that includes godchildren. Obviously, it's an extended family, right? And so Matty and her 3 children will come into it. The lady in Bhutan, the 2 ladies in Thailand. One only has 1 child. The other has 4. Large family, right? And all that will be added up. And we'll work out a scale. It's easy, really, to cover everything, and we could even bring new things in, new happening we've never had. Like this person's just adopted 6 girls or something. All this is all karmically right. And we don't begrudge anyone taking their familial needs, because that's nothing compared to what is going on in the world. People taking a salary based on the profits. Well, we're non-profit for a start. So, yeah, see, it's the nonsense. We've clipped it in the bud. We might organise an event at Madison Gardens, as an example, and it might actually have a potential of generating millions, even billions if it had all the satellite thing put in as well. But we don't then say, oh, well, our cut's going to be... But no, it's purely based on what our needs are, right down to earth as we are. So I go, I was using myself as an example. See, yeah, I've got a fairly extended family now. I was just a single man. But, of course, I can't claim that on my benefits. All benefits they're not meant to be... that's the interesting thing. I could become a billionaire, but still claim my benefits. They're not, what's the word? They're not based on your financial circumstances. They're based on your disability. And my disability circumstances are maximum. I'd have no twinge of taking whatever, my £500,000, because it's already halfly used already. Because at the moment I've got Matty's house built, right? So she's got a house, but it's to be restored. Get it? So all the fundraising things I've done. Then I've got the my leg's just a bit. Suicide to do with soldiers fund. So I just have words, whoever's doing it well. What are your needs now? It won't be. Oh, and the other thing I've got anyway, if I get £500,000, 10% of that's got to go straight back to charity. It's called tithing. So I will have £50,000. Not a lot, is it? Yeah, for immediate distribution. Those will never be mine. £50,000. Well, it could be. See, that's the catch-22. That's what's written into the Constitution. It even says Black Unicorn, as it's a charity, can actually occasionally do benefits to itself to enable it to expand. We need a whole new office in Paris, Graham, and that's going to cost such and such. And, well, we can do a benefit concert for it because we are a charity. That's the distinction. So depending on how quick we get office bearers, and the actual thing is put through the Charity Commission and takes on the full form of charity, which means also my bank account will be changed, and there'll be a treasurer, and I've been all for joint signatories. Obviously, someone close. Obvious choice will be this personal secretary, someone who's close. I mean, it can be someone that lives 100 miles away, because Me and Biff worked out. He didn't live 100 miles away, but he trusted me. Of course he did. I'm the man that's running it. Get it? He was just a figurehead. He was a treasurer, but he wasn't involved with the running of shamanic studios. It was me. I tried to rope him in once, but he wasn't too keen. I had this bus trip to the Isle of Skye, and I needed a co-driver. That was an absolutely, because I'm a learner driver. And that's how this individual who reported me to the police, he was my co-driver. See, you know, I took the law very seriously. Because I couldn't drive anywhere in this truck without a co-driver. But the insurance is all legal as well, because that was paid for from the charity, right? It was an old truck, but it did its role because it meant we could carry a lot of equipment about. It was far more than you could ever carry in a car, and the truck was given us. I know, but it finally didn't pass. It's rusting away. And the guy said, you know, it's a local garage. And he says, well, you want to rip us off? But he said, no, it's not worth repairing anymore. So it was quite a ritual that we took it down to this place. And it turned out we had to pay them. And actually, they kept it to just run around the junkyard. So really, that's a bit off. It was never technically scrapped. It's perfect for them to just chunt around and move stuff about in. But anyway, we did do everything that was the law and it was paid for. Then we go to this is where I'm going, kiddies, the dissolution of Shamanic Studios. Now, there is some questionable things there. I forget what, well, the reasons were I've been kicked out of my premises. Yeah. The Mrs. Fowler and a few other individuals. I'm having my sort of, I think, monthly review. It wasn't that regular. Roped in. I said, well, this is odd because normally it's just me and her. And there's this whole gang of council employees, right? So I smelt a rat straight away. What's fucking going on here? And prior to this, I'd had this inspection. But that was a nonsense. I share that. It's simple. Graham, who are these people? Because my attendance book was just full of squiggles. I said, oh, that's people who want their confidentiality protected, Margaret. You know, and so they do that. They're signing in on fulfilling the need to have a numbers check, because that's why you must have a book. You know, you have a fire, it's used, well, there's 16 people, are we all here and all this shit. But everyone just did a squiggle because they didn't want other people to find out they were using the facility. And that went for me. Imagine I couldn't talk much about people or have any much conversation because that person, you know, I didn't have the right to. I was with John, whatever, you know, I didn't. And that's who I was with, you get me? But I strictly kept to that, and people knew that, respected that, and said, no, sorry, I can't talk about what I've been doing today because it's under a confidentiality ruling, right? So then we go back to Mrs. Fowler, who was insistent to know, because she's an arrogant bitch, and wasn't doing the full rules which were in place. Confidentiality wasn't, as far as she is concerned. She was special, and she should have the right. No, there's no need to have known the names of my clients. No? And if they didn't tell anybody and they weren't sent by a doctor, which they were, see, these are empowered mentally ill people. Now, the few that were sent by doctors that hadn't just come a natural way, they'd met me somewhere, liked me, and we run this studio. Yeah, I do. And these are the people who weren't on a big ego trip. This guy, give me an example, perfect, good clientele. He just liked take it easy, and he did all the backing vocals, multi-tracks. It was quite intensive work. He never did anything with it. So he put his backing track down and then did all the vocals, right? And so it's quite a lot of extensive work. But some guys who give the opposite pole came full of himself. He was already a pop star already in his mind. And it's a privilege to, you know, that he let me record it. And he was right about some of the things because I didn't do multi-track work. I'd built the studio around 2 tracks, brilliant system. So voice and maybe 1 instrument, but then instruments can be added later. And that was it, and that was the mix, and it's simple. Well, in my Tracy's, it's a stereo mini disc recorder, see, totally digital. So that was where the master was, and I just pan left 1 track and pan right the other. So that's how it's recorded. The signal of 1 input is completely put right over to the left. Get it? Because that enabled me to mix it properly, and right over to the right the other one. And then, of course, we just turned your panning control, if you wanted, to dead center. Get it? And then all I had to do was that. Lift them up so the voice is at the right level, that it's well over the music, so the music is not, so you can hear this fingernails actually hitting the keys, because he did get quite, and I could tune that out by slowly bringing the voice up, and no longer had this terrible clicking sound. See, I'm now recording sequences. It's not simple, but fucking brilliant. Then that on a mini disc, again, since it's digital, there's no hiss, no thing that we don't need. Mini discs are good weed, see, and that's how I did it. Then from that, we mastered down to a CD. So a CD is hooked into the mixer, which has a mini disc in it, which is the actual master, which again could always be remixed. Of course, I've lost most of them, but with that mini disc master, we could. In fact, we got an 8-track mini disc, which would have meant all these 6 tracks are left blank, but at a later date, get it, we can put the voice and 1 instrument, which is generally the synthesizer, which had all instruments, and then the other things could be recorded in. Not necessarily this band, but it'd be him doing his stuff, and then a band could come in and that put a totally different fix on it. They got the basic rhythm and that, and they'd have been brilliant. Yeah. So as long as it's not just Biff and 1 piano sound or synthesizer sound, which some people argue. I mean, they were that sort of. His CDs were brilliant demos, although one of them wasn't. His first CD we made was a complete work in itself, and every song was methodically discussed, and we made it as a team. And I did say to Biff, especially one of them, look, I want you to play it slower. He couldn't see what I was hearing. Oh no, slower. And then he finally got, you're portraying what it's like to be under the effects of La Gatto. That's the song. I'm in the mood for the Gatto, right? And it is so slow. And then I did what's called on the fly. I had this fantastic big kit, only about this big, and it's a vocoder, but it's the top of the range. It cost £1,000 in that days. That was a lot of money, really, because relatively. But it's brilliant because it's easy use. You just have 1 slider for input, 1 for out. And then when it's on playback mode, again, you could mix them and perfect sort of mixed sound, which again would be included anyway, actually, in the final master down. I'm talking rubbish. See, it's actually done as he sung it. So I could hear him and I could modify on the fly, and that's what being recorded, although he couldn't hear that. He just heard his normal basic track, but I was processing his voice. And if he'd have heard that, it'd have put him off. And there's this brilliant line, he goes, Black Jack Toad. But then there's all this hiss because it's being processed. And people like Wadada, who heard it, saw also what it saw, a work of genius. And the guy who did the review thought, yeah, this is a work of genius. This guy's mixing capabilities are fantastic. Although obviously biffed everything because of his word, but it was my production skills. But then you see some people who didn't see it like that. They were sort of arse about face. I got accused of not really knowing what I'm doing. And this is by a tone-deaf fucking idiot. Tone-deaf, and he's got a fucking hearing aid, and he was the drummer, Charles Harding. Right? Oh, I told you, it's his name time. And then the guitarist, who was Wee Willie Wanker, who, three-song wonder, dan, 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 dan. Next number. Dun, dun, dun. Oh dear. And these two idiot cunts, had seriously put in an application to take over the running of Shamanic Studios. And between them, they were just a pair of cunts. Didn't know anything about recording. And they picked me up on this silly issue. And that's what they went to the council with. Well, he had a Marshall amp and he didn't know where the speaker was. Where? Because I just put the mic, because they insisted I'd do it, dead centre. Because I wouldn't have done it at all. I'd have used that. So I used the line out of the amp. He could hear his own sound like he was a monitor, but the actual signal that came into the recording was a line out, perfectly matched, balanced, and straight into a digital mixer. So again, he didn't hear what the eventual recorded sound was like. And yet he thought it was him, arrogant little fuck. Oh, that good. How did I do that? Because he didn't do it. Get it? But anyway, when I put the mic, I haven't run out. That's all. Water. Oh, look at this. At 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that's me exercise. Water jug, mate. Oh, hold on, I've cut my nose to spite my face here. Well, this is a full jug. The full measure. Getting it is cluttered here and there. I have made a start. I did some washing yesterday. So my big pile of washing that you that's it, a good hit. Because I'm meant to have 2 or 3 of these a day. So I do, really whack it up and do get through quite a bit of water. Blessed Father God, I ask that this liquid, this blessed water, be transmuted to the exact medicinal compound that my body needs at this time. I ask this in blessed Lord Jesus Christ's name. Amen. 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 Now, right, I'm sure I'm okay, but the initial, which I can't taste at all, the initial mix of my water incorporated a water jug that had been in the fridge for probably, well, it's been in there weeks and weeks actually, because I just top it up and put it in. But I hadn't used it for a few days. And there is some milk that got spilt. And so it's aerial bacteria sort of thing, but nothing crucial, because this water contains colloidal silver, which is the most powerful antibiotic and safe antibiotic you can get. But we'll see. I mean, the worst that can happen to me is I might be sick. But now this water, see, I can actually taste it in the other one. It was slightly tainted. Again, I've got to get down to it and clean my fridge out. It's a bottle that broke or something. I just chucked a towel in, because it's really a bother for me to bend down. I can get sick and all the shit. And that is the safest way. But obviously it's slightly contaminating and affected the slight taste of the water, because the water, you see, absorbs everything. Get it? But I can do a pendulum on it. I've still got to clean it, but I can do a pendulum. So, blessed Michael, please walk here, blessed guide, and I'm going to do it now. Is my fridge safe, please? Yeah. So it's safe, even though there is a slight bacterial. We've got that in the atmosphere all the time. This is the thing, you see. Constantly, every time we breathe, we're taking in, if you like, harmful entities, Hi, there's a few people here. We're 4 o'clock in the morning, Monday, but obviously for some people, someone messaging me, but it's not here. We're not going to do that because it means I think we'll try that. No, see, it's the same. Oh, this is in the same thing. I've got to have a wee as well. So there you go. There you go. But that's okay. That's good. And this is the brilliant one show. That is my urinal. Holds quite mind. It's amazing. See how much water is passing. It's got a little bit of detergent in it. Bleach. Now, I see it. It's safe. I can see, see what you're seeing. Can't see my lower half. I stand up and I can see what you're seeing. And I'm just pulling my pants down. Oh, and I'm busting to go. So it is top priority. The old joke, when you've got to go with this condition, you have got to go. And the pants. Right. I can't bend down. If I hurry, seriously, I could make myself sick. So that's all going to come out in the doctor's thing as well. I've got some condition there. So yoga was out in the question years ago. Oh, yeah. I was a keen student of yoga, although I do back to yoga anyway. But yeah, sitting cross legs is out. Sitting on the floor is out. So when I went to my course, I was the only one that actually, no, there's a couple of people that did join us that sat up in the pews. Everyone else was on their nice little meditation thing and all up close by the master. And I was as riff-raff at the back because I had to see, it's in a church, actually, it was in the church. And, I can waffle. That was a very good connection with that lady. And I suss that because I'd come sometimes, touch in, and she was mobbed, you know what I mean? And I did want to just touch in, but it was like I had to get through the mob. And it wouldn't have been that sort of conversation I wanted. It was private, person would get me. So I did want to just be alone with her and get to know her, get it? But it wasn't appropriate for that scene and setting because there'd be this gang of, not worshippers, but fans, oh, hello, Helen, Claire, and Helen. There you go, remember your name. Well, if you get to see this, Helen, you take mindfulness in the church in Inverness, and I still got a strong attraction for you and would like to get to know you, that's all. Helen, you would make, if you're up, fit and available, yeah, I'm looking for someone to be a personal secretary for this charity I'm trying to get together. You could still do your teaching. This isn't a 24-hour, 8-hour day job, right? Like now, I do this transmission, come what you will, and you wouldn't have to be here. Well, actually, I think that one. No, you wouldn't. I'm getting, I'm actually ordered now my own little voice recorder. Brilliant. So I can go and visit sites and actually do a live ministry there. And anyone can see I'm holding the voice, so I'm not talking myself, stone circles, whatever, and actually start doing it, and it's recorded. And then at a later date, we can actually either incorporate it into a video, or if it's cool, that would mean a cameraman, you see. So there's a video cameraman with us, which also would have a mic anyway. And I'm doing a live broadcast as I actually visit sacred sites. And they could, thinking again, technology, it doesn't really matter because time is past, present thing is all one. So we go to the stones at Stornoway, just off the top of my head. Beautiful stone circle, and it's on my bank card. I'll show you there. There. And I visited them and I was inspired to just fly to Stornoway, really eerie atmosphere. Go to it's just coming down dusk, but not dark there. That is the stones of Stornoway. See, very tall, all the same. And that's my bank card, by the way, which is new. Same design, same bank account number, but the actual big number is the same. And I've now got, this is 0721. So it's been another 3 years. So it's a blessing. I've got to watch myself. Maybe I ought to destroy it. I've got the original card, but of course it's been blocked. So it's been put right at the back. And regarding banking, that is how anybody would give money to any of the appeals I've done. Now that's Facebook's policy. You start these things off on your own bank account, of course you do, on behalf of someone else. So it isn't Maddie's money, whatever is put in there. And that particular one is now, it was for a 10 building block, but that's been scrapped, and also asking for more money, but it would have needed that. I think it's just, I have to check myself, maybe 10,000, but that is to restore a very big house that is hers, and also to have 10 water wells installed on the property. Of course, if we did get more than we asked for, we could make it 20 wells, and all these wells are going to be dug, but then they are going to have a pyramid over the top, and I'm going to monitor them, and we can measure the purity level of the water, because you can get, I ain't got it here, but you can get these meters that people who have fish have, and they're very accurate. They're to parts per million, and you're recommended in general to have under 200 parts per million. If you have over, then there's probably some chance the water's a bit contaminated, right? And I've also got there's two you can get, so you can measure the acidity of a water if you particularly wanted to have it's not alcohol, but alkaline, high alkaline water. High alkaline water is sometimes good for certain conditions. So basically, you've got either acidic, which as we know wouldn't be too good if it gets high, and a high alkaline, which balances it. And you can then, with this, the same machine I've got that produces the colloidal silver can also produce alkaline water, 2 in 1. Costs 300 quid, but it's worth its weight in gold, because just on its colloidal silver, which I need every day, that is mine to kill bugs and things, constant protection against any viruses and anything that can get in my system. But as I know, it doesn't stop my swelling leg. It isn't a viral thing. Now, it could be getting into there, some kind of blood clotty thing, and that's why the legs, boom, that's what's happened. The legs just boom, and my foot's just boom, and I can't get it in the shoe. So, where are we? Oh, we're just under half, 38. Now, these are going to be focused, because this is the trip now, kiddies. Although you're not people helping, I'm going to go in faith that this offer of £500,000 that's been sent me is genuine, that the lady that's contacted me, I ought to give her a name, who has identified herself as a representative of Facebook, because that's what happened. Apparently there have been 20 people that have won $500,000. See, again, negativity. I first thought, oh no, I'm going to be stitched up, and they're getting at it by just giving me a 20th of the 500,000, which would be, let's do me maths, 10th of 500,000 would be 50. A 20th is about 25,000, which would just, well, it would get me a car, and that's it. So I'd have been happy with that. But someone said I was being ripped off. But no, I'm getting both. The price has clearly been said, 500,000 plus a car. And I've been shown a picture of the car, and it's a Toyota, but like an Americanized version type. It's like a stage wagon, because they're really big on that up there, big wheels. So it might not be a hybrid. I mean, but I can sell it or trade it. Go to the local dealer here. I don't know how they're doing that. It seems silly that, well, it is an American car. It will have to be shipped over here. Oh, yeah, it's definitely not an English Toyota because of the design. It's like a station wagon, bigger wheels. And this is what most American people have. It's safer, you see. They're far more safer than an ordinary car because they're built like a truck. And safety is a very big feature. So it's white though. So I'm happy with that. And so I'm getting £500,000 and a car. Now, the logic is, I know, just so people know, 10% of that goes to charity. That's it. So that keeps the book straight. Because you then get tax relief, actually. You do that. You declare. The money will be put in separate. And then I say, right, I'm 10%, and the bank oversees it. Well, the manager would, but you know what I mean, the bank's also as the final thing. I'm just trying to see, it is, you see, I have got so much money. No, she is there. I'm doing this. Well, I'm all right, I'm only 40 minutes. Oh my God, look. Idiot, there it is. There's the maps. I've been going for, I've got it all the time. See that? It's a map and it's got the world clock. You can see Africa, Middle East, and people have recognised their country. And I go, I guess like Middle East. Get it? See, I'm doing it now. Middle East. Are you from the Middle East? And they can see certain names and they would know, are you from Australia? Because it's the, it wouldn't, but Africa, of course. But that's it. And I've had it all the time with my book. I've been saying, I need this because when someone new comes through, it's a far better way of sussing out who they are. Well, maybe this woman's name should be in here clearly. Yeah, because she is the representative. And that would happen. Yeah, you've won £500,000. There would be an individual person allocated to you to oversee it, like with me, see, got slight problems because I haven't got £500 cash, because that's it. And in America, that's no problem because they are more capitalist, and it's two Americans that are shown as the example, and they've already got their money. Well, I'm afraid I'm different, but the logic is saying, Graham, they're not going to not pay the money because you haven't made a deadline. It's not you're mucking them about. And some people might do that. They get paranoid and say, fuck off. And eventually they've got to say, well, they're paranoid, bless them, but they're telling us to fuck off. And we give it to someone else. There's rules of made. Well, I'm not telling them to fuck off. I've asked for an extension of time, which is Tuesday, so that's tomorrow. I might meet her today, later on, and we can continue. And her arrangement was that she'd asked the CEO, Mr. Zubak himself, for an extension. And then when she comes up, well, look, how much longer do you want? Well, I would stretch it to probably, I'll tell you why, at least 10 days. Why? Because I've got another deadline that's happening. On the 11th, I've got a meeting with a government official who's reassessing my disability payment, and in particular my mobility payment. And I already have pushed it. I want my mobility upped because I am immobilised because of my leg condition, etc., and can hardly walk anywhere. If I get that, that's on the 11th, my next door neighbour's coming with me. Oh, brilliant. We've never done that. We're friendly, but she's tuned into the need. She said, oh, that's all over Inverness. I said, yeah, it is. I said, I've got to get 100 quid up front to go by taxi. And I was even beginning to share, I think I'm going to tell them to come here. Well, it wouldn't have, well, it's my shrine, it's sacred space. I don't want people like that coming into my sacred space. Sorry. This is sacred. you know, a friend could come and knock on the door. I haven't seen for 6 years, but if I don't feel it's appropriate, he comes in. I say, "Oh, sorry, I'm busy now, but maybe another time and give us a phone first." And I'll just fob them off. Or just tell them straight. "What do you mean, man?" I said, "Look, I'm sorry. My home is sacred space, and my guides are clearly telling not to allow you in. So I'm afraid that's it. And you kind of take it or leave it, but I own this home." Then we're going on to another concept. I am a laird. I am a laird. I own 1/4 of an acre. A decent plot for me to put a home on. Could put a teepee on it, one of these yurts. I'm quite into weather. Oh no, but all these can be heated. Right, so a teepee is, as we know, Native Americans live in water and cold climates. I don't know if it's got a water supply. Yeah, well, it might have. I don't know. I mean, it is on the edge of a lock, but it's quite a way away. And like I say, I've jokingly said this, I just hope some bastard Englishman fly fishing cunt has arrogantly dumped his, they can build, you see, their fishing huts on my land. I mean, they should in theory have their own land, but word to get around. Well, who owns this? Because I've never been there. It's never even been pegged out. You get normal procedures, you at least peg your line out and people can see, well, that is definitely someone's plot. And you can put a little number, which is your number. And if they do transgress it, I think the company that sold it is morally obliged to ask them to leave. Yeah, because there was a company that the land was brought through. But my land is even triple protected because it was an official public auction on eBay. I wouldn't say it's totally unique, but he just tried it as an experiment. And of course, people like the idea of bidding, but I got it for about £500 cheaper than what the going price was for a 1/4 acre plot. Now, there's lots of things connected with this. It's to be done. It's obviously something to be doing. I mean, I could put a pyramid there that is able to be dismantled. Get it and leave it there, orientate it north, and I could sleep in it occasionally, right, and pop over because I've got a car now, hypothetically, so I could visit it. It's right near Fort William. If you're with me, yeah, it's on that coastal level. I could reach it, but I'd have to get up quite early in the morning. It's not just down the road. So, but that's logic. Again, it's a bolt hole for me. A safe space. It's my land. The media can't go on it. Get me. It's a safe bolt hole. And I could even get some security guards on the entrance in. And all the other members would agree. Well, if we all club together, we can afford to have a couple of security guards who are like gatekeepers. People come for a wild night out or whatever and don't own the land. Excuse me, this isn't a playground. You go elsewhere for your illicit sex, get it? Because they do, they drive off the beaten track, and this is like that. And I'm envisaging to be quite friendly. I'm hoping a large percentage of the other landowners in the area are Scottish as well, right? And well, the Lord, I'm sure that is the case. So this is a bolt hole, but I'm going to use some of the money to give it a tidy up. It certainly needs a good clean, and a tidying up is just get rid of stuff, and that's where the car comes in, because I've got a trailer. My neighbour sussed immediately. She's not judging. Well, yes, Graham, you used to have a car and you'd use the trailer, which I would. So I could accumulate a load of cardboard because I get things sent me because of my disability, right? So I'm a member of Amazon, and you get all your stuff really cheap, and it's posted very quickly because for about 70 quid, a one-off fee. You also get the Amazon video service. It's a good deal, basically. And you may as well use it. So I go online and you can click a little box, and only Amazon Prime goods that you're seeking are shown you. And then you get optimum quick service, which is what you pay for. I don't know this Lelania. Well, see, I have to think every time I do this. I think I try bookmarks. Yeah, because I just want to go. I don't want to go to another Facebook. That can confuse issues. No, I can check my email and do that anyway. Right. Yeah, that's it. It should still